it is very fitting that as I was switching on this camera, someone started using a chainsaw across the field behind me. Because I'm going to talk about Elon Musk and his DOGE program. And he is, of course, as expected, hated for what he's doing now. The people are not buying Tesla cars anymore, and so on and so on. And also he had a very unfortunate incident with a certain hand movement. Now, I am sorry that I'm laughing, but I have to laugh, because if you had asked me a few years ago if we would have seen anything like this, I would have said, well, probably not, because it seems too absurd. But anyway, Elon Musk, with his chainsaw, is cutting costs. He is firing people. And certainly lots of those costs and a lot of those people are unnecessary. Without going into details. But of course he is also criticized for cutting costs and firing people that are needed. But here's one thing that I haven't seen people mentioning. You know, why? Why did the Trump administration see it necessary to do that? And why is Elon Musk doing it? What is it about Elon Musk that makes people like Trump and others believe that he is qualified, maybe the most qualified, to be cutting costs in like that? You know, why? I think the answer is obvious. And it's amazing, maybe I missed it, that people haven't been talking about this, that people are not talking about this all of the time. Because what we are seeing, what they are doing, the reason they're doing it, is that they are preparing the USA for a new era. The post-industrial era. The AI era. A time where a lot of people will not be needed in the workforce. AI will take their jobs. And people seem to think that there's this natural law that says that, well, AI will take jobs from some people, but that will be replaced because we will have new industries and new jobs will be created and so on. But there is no natural law saying that. In fact, it looks like we are looking at a future where a lot of people will not be needed in the workforce. Now, I've said before many times that we work far too much. It's sickening, and it's destroying lives, and especially in the USA, you know, people work crazy hours, having only 2 weeks of vacation and so on. It's insane, but we still need to be able to put food on the table. How do we do that if there are no jobs? Now, I don't have the answer, but I know that the numbers will not add up. There is already the term useless eaters. Yeah, it's a cruel term, but those are the people that will not be needed anymore. And I mentioned this in a live stream on my channel, Bjorn Talks. It's a live streaming channel, and go and check it out. There's a link in the video description. My take on this is rather dark, I guess. How are they going to make it all add up when the numbers won't add up? What are they going to do, like the governments? What are they going to do when we have all these useless eaters? And I hate that term. I'm not using it lightly, but what are they going to do with all of us not needed anymore? And some people say, oh, we will have universal basic income. That's going to solve all our problems. We will just be handed money for doing nothing. Okay, who's going to pay for that? Are we going to tax people, those still needed in the workforce, even more? I don't think we can. And we, it's not me, the governments, because I would never do that. I think that level of taxation, especially in Norway, is absurd. So no, that cannot be the solution. Higher taxes cannot be the solution. So what are they going to do? I said that my take on this is rather dark. Those people are going to have to die. Don't click yourself out of this video now, okay? It's not all gloomy. You know, plague and war, those two are usually, if you look back in history, what reduces populations. We certainly have wars going, and I don't see the war in Ukraine ending, sadly. And I would not be very surprised if that war very soon will include soldiers from the other European countries. And I don't know if it will spread to other borders, I don't know. But that could be one thing. Not saying that it's being done just to reduce the population. I wouldn't know, I'm not into conspiracy theories. But that's one thing. What about if people stopped having children? We are seeing that now. That will reduce the population. We do get, of course, a problem with an aging population, but eventually people will die and there will be fewer people. A new crisis, like the COVID crisis maybe. I would not be surprised if, you know, maybe we see that within a couple of years. I wouldn't be surprised. And it's intentional that I always call it a crisis, that I don't use other more popular words for what happened there. So, what do you think? Do you think that I'm right? That what Elon Musk is doing now is preparing the USA for an era that is on the doorsteps now, where AI will rule, people will not be needed, at least a lot of people will not be needed anymore in the workforce. I'm just asking the question. I don't have the answers. I'm just asking what I believe is quite an important question. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Consider subscribing to this channel and becoming part of this wonderful community. Have a wonderful day. As always, stay strong.